Pronto regresamos con Conéctate con la Estrella. Estamos de vuelta con Conéctate con la Estrella.
Hello students, welcome back to Conéctate con la Estrella. And this is the 7th week of our English class thanks to the initiative of the Ministry of Education for you students of 8th grade. I'm the teacher Julio Samaniego, and in this opportunity we are going to learn in the next 40 minutes about the different countries and nationalities. Maybe this topic is really familiar to you because every time we are talking about the different countries all around the world, right? Very good. But before we start with our class for today, it is very important to remember that we have to wash our hands very often, right? To get them clean, and we also have to keep our workspace very clean and neat. So if you had already done this, we are going to keep going on our class. Because remember that if you are taking care of yourself, you're going to be very safe, and everyone around you is going to be safe as well. So choose to stay home, stay safe. Very good. For today's class, it is going to be very important to have some materials. These materials can be, as I'm always telling you, your English notebook would be really fantastic. But if you don't have your English notebook, doesn't matter, just get a page, get a pen and pencil. I'm gonna give you like 5 seconds more for you to get ready for this class. Awesome. Now that it's seen that you already have all your materials, what about starting with our class? Right? Let's go. Okay. Before jumping into the topics for today, we are going to try to remember the previous class because I would like to know and make sure that you already learned and paid a lot of attention in previous class. So can you tell me what was that topic for the previous class? Great, you're right. It was a different types of community, people, and places. And we mentioned 3 of them, as you can see there. There are 3 circles, right? Each of them belongs to each of the different type of community that we were studying in previous class. Can you mention each of them? What would it be the first one? Excellent. It was the urban community. And what about the second one? You're right. It was the suburban community. And there was another one that for me, it is my favorite. Okay? It's even different. So what was the third one? You're right. That is awesome. Rural, pretty good. It is. I need to congratulate you because you still remember each of these different type of community. But there is something even more important. What about places? Can you mention any of the places that we can find in many of the community? For example, for urban, can you mention any place? You're right. Tall buildings, right? Tall buildings with lights on all night. That is something that we can find in an urban community. Perfect. And what about a suburban community? There is a very specific and very important thing that we can find in suburban community. No, that is not. That belongs to the other one. Yeah, that's right. That is the most important. A school. Remember that suburban community are a little bit smaller than the urban communities, right? But in suburban community, we can find schools, so that is pretty good. And what about rural? My favorite, what we can find there? Do you remember any of the places that we can find in this type of community? Perfect. Yes. Lambs. We can also call them like farm lambs, right? Because we can raise animals there. Pretty good. Awesome. I need to congratulate you, student, because you are doing a very good job. And I'm going to take advantage of this time to congratulate some of the students that have been sending me through Instagram the different assignments that you are having after each of the classes. So congratulations. Okay. What about going into the topic for today? Perfect. As I told you before, we are going to be studying about the different countries and nationality. It's going to be kind of confusing because they have like a big relationship between them, but you're gonna see that it is going to be really different at the end of this class, okay? So, can you tell me, with your own ideas, think about it, what is a country? So do you know what a country is? Do you have any idea? I'm gonna ask you also, do you know what a nationality is? What is the difference between them? You're right. When we talk about countries, we are talking about the different places all around the world. And remember that a country has its own government. So that is pretty good definition for you to start identifying every time you see a flag, it is a country. So what about nationality then? Can you think about it? It's a nation, yeah, it's a nation, it's coming from a nation. We all belong to a nation, so what is a nationality? Awesome. Nationality belongs to the name that we get by belonging to any of those countries. But don't hesitate, okay? Just let's start working like little by little. We are going to go through each of these concepts for you to get understanding, okay? Perfect. After we finish this class, you're going to be able to identify different countries and nationalities, okay? So countries and nationalities. So that is the first two concepts I want you to keep on your mind, okay? Try to memorize it because we have to think about it very often, okay? And more than that, it is just to establish the relationship between them. Okay, let's do something different. Our right hand, okay, this is my right hand, so in my right hand we are gonna call them countries. Unless we're gonna call them nationalities, okay? So we are gonna establish the difference between right and left, country and nationality. So let's pay attention. I'm gonna give you three flags. Each of the flags represent any of the countries, right? So I'm gonna challenge yourself by asking you, can you identify and mention the name of the country that each of these flags represent? Okay, what about the first one? The green one right here, okay? This one is green, right? With a circle, it seems like a globe, okay? Can you tell me what is the country that is represented by this flag? Pretty good. It is Brazil, right? Perfect. You're doing so far a good job. What about the second one? The second one, it has two different colors, right? It's sky blue and also white. It also has a sun in the middle. I know that you have already seen this flag before. Perfect. What is the country that is represented by this flag here? Great, it's Argentina. Perfect. And what about the third one? It is a pretty famous one because we all know it, right? We have even seen it before. What is that flag from? From Canada? No way, it is not from Canada. Think over. Almost the same colors, yes, right, but it is different. What country this flag here is representing now? Awesome and good job. Okay, here is where we are going to start identifying the different concepts. Now that we have already seen these three flags, we are going to identify them as countries, okay? Countries. Perfect. So, it is time to start going deep into this topic, very deep into this topic, okay? Okay, but before, let's remember that three hands are for countries, like the three we just saw, right? So, let's start studying by learning the definition of each of these concepts. Okay, let's go and see what is a country. A country is a nation with its own government, right? It is occupying any part of or a specific territory. So, for example, as you can see on your screen, there is a map, right? The country is represented by occupying a territory. For example, if you can see Russia, right? Russia is a country because it belongs to all its territory. And also, we have Canada right here, right? And it is also a country because it has its own territory and it also has its own government. But what about having a nationality? A nationality then is going to be what? The ethnic group that are or belongs to these nationalities. For example, I don't know if you can you identify any of the nationalities or any of the ethnic group that are shown in the picture? What about one at the top? The lady in red with yellow, wearing yellow and red. Can you identify her? Yeah, she's from India, right? So she's Indian. Perfect. And what about another one? Can you identify any other from the picture? Mexican. Very good. Japanese. Perfect. So these are some examples. We can also say Canadians, and the most important, that is the one that identified us, is Panamanian, right? So that is the difference. Remember that when we are talking about a country, we can focus on a map. We can focus on a territory. We can concentrate into a noun government, right? And when we're talking about nationalities, then we are going to talk about what? You're right, about the people, about the name the people that belongs to this specific territory belongs to. So it is very important, right? So in right, we are going to have country, and in left, we are going to have nationalities. Perfect. So map is for countries, people is for nationalities. Very good. What about doing this? I want you to help me to do this. Let's try to do our best job here, because we are going to try to fit each of these 6 country, nationality into the right place in a section of country or in a section of nationality. Let's go with the first one. The first one is Argentina. So we had already seen that before. We even has seen the flag of Argentina. So what is Argentina? Is this a country or is it a nationality? Okay, let's think about it. Is this in right or is this in left? Perfect, very good. So Argentina is a country. This is not a nationality, okay? So what about Russian? Russian, does it sound like a country or it sounds like a nationality? Russian, what is nationality? Is this a nationality or is this a country? Very good, this is a nationality. Very good, you are very smart people. Let's go with the next one, is Colombian. Colombian sounds like a country or nationality? Is this in your right or is this in your left? Awesome. Is this a nationality? Perfect, very good. What about China? China, we all have a relative, even friends around our area that belongs to this place, right? So is China a country or a nationality? What do you think? A nationality? Are you sure? It is not. It is a country. Very good. It is a country. Okay, so it is still in our right. So, what about Japan? Japan, is this a country or a nationality? Think about it. You're right. Pretty clever, right? It is a country. And the last one, it's gonna be pretty different for you and even a new word for you. So, is Peruvian a country or a nationality? What do you think it is? Is this a country or is this a nationality? Great, good job. Peruvian. In this way we just finish having it in the best way it is completed. So, awesome. Even though you had already established that our right is for countries and our left is for nationalities, we have found that it is easy to identify them, right? Mostly because, I don't know if you had already seen that in the section of nationality, most of them are in the same ending, which is "an," right? So what about repeating them? So for country, we have Argentina, we also have China and Japan. And for nationality, we have Russian, Colombian, and Peruvian. What if I ask you something? If we have Colombian as a nationality, what would it be the country? Good question, right? Awesome, that's right. So that is the nationality for Colombia. So it's pretty easy, right? Perfect. Let's go and start seeing different countries around the world and their nationalities, okay? The first one I have here is a pretty easy one. It's our neighbor, according to the map. It is Costa Rica. Costa Rica, as you can see there is also a map. People from Costa Rica are Costa Rican, okay? As you can see, I want you to pay a lot of attention to each of the pictures. It depends on both the map and also the picture that is going to be giving you ideas about the different national dress that they wear, okay? So, as first we have Costa Rica, so we have Costa Rican. The second one, oh, the beautiful Panama, right? Our country, that is our country. So remember, the first one up on top of the screen are countries. So Panama is a country. So what could it be the nationality? If I belongs to Panama, what is the nationality then? Awesome, you're already learning, that's great job. Okay, so Panama is Panamanian. Panama is Panamanian. Okay, what about the third one? Colombia. So we had already seen that before, right? So for Colombia, we have Colombian. Perfect. Okay, let's take another look about each of them, okay? So let's repeat with me each of them once again. The first one, Costa Rica. Okay, you have to say Costa Rica. And then for Costa Rica, the nationality is Costa Rican. Perfect. What about the second one, which is my favorite? I know all of us favorite. So it is Panama. So the nationality for Panama is Panamanian. Perfect. In Colombia, then we have Colombian. Perfect. You can start writing them down, because remember that at the end I'm gonna need your help for doing something. It is not gonna be playing with pictures, so you have to try to keep on your minds, okay? Try to keep on your minds the way you can start even writing them, because it is important to start learning how to write it, okay? Perfect. Let's see more examples. What about this one? It is Brazil, okay? Brazil. So the nationality for Brazil is Brazilian. Perfect. What about the other one? Russia. Okay, so Russia is Russian. Perfect. And the other one is Mexico. If we have Mexico, can you guess the nationality for Mexico? Right, it is Mexican. Awesome, very good. So we have three more, right? So the first one you can repeat with me again because you have to start memorizing them, you have to start learning them, even though it is not that hard to learn, right? Because they are very similar. But it is important to practice also pronunciation. So let's go ahead. Brazil is Brazilian, right? For Russia is Russian. Perfect. And for Mexico is Mexican. Awesome. We already have 6 of them. Pretty good. Do you imagine how many countries are all around the world? There are many of them, right? So do you imagine us having all of them right here, right now, today? It's gonna take all the day long, right? But it doesn't matter. I'm gonna keep giving you more examples, but one of the homework for today is for you to start researching on the internet different ones, okay? Different to the ones we are seeing here. Perfect. So let's see more examples. India. India, what would it be the nationality for India? Indian. Perfect. What about Cuba? I have a friend that belongs to there. Even I have to ask her just to know because I didn't know that. But pretty good because now I know that the nationality for Cuba is Cuban. Okay? Perfect. And the other one is Australia. Australia, so then the nationality for Australia is Australian. Okay? Perfect. We have 3 more, so we in count have 9 now. It is now pretty easy because we are knowing all of them, right? So let's repeat again. For India, then we have Indian. Perfect. And for Cuba, we have Cuban. And for Australia, we have Australian. Very good, very good. Okay, we have 9 in list. We have 9 in list. Now we have to keep on working on that. Can I ask you at least one of those from the very beginning that we start? Can you mention any of them? Very good. You're right. Panama, which was our favorite, right? What else can you remember from the ones that we had already studied? Russia, awesome. And what about the nationality for Russian? Perfect, it's Russian. I even gave you the answer, right? Very good. We have seen already 9 of them. Do you want to repeat these 3 again? Awesome, pretty good. Let's do it. The first one, India, so it is Indian. Cuba, so we have Cuban. And the third one, which is Australia. Can you say that? Australia. Yeah, it sounds like in Spanish, right? Because we say it in Spanish, Australia, but it is not in English the same. In English, it's different. It's Australia, right? So the nationality is Australian. Perfect. That is not enough, right? So let's go and see different one. Have you already seen, before going on this topic, have you seen that all of them are ending, right, in AN, right? So we say India, we say Indian, we say Cuba, we say Cuban. So if we say Russia, we say Russian. So all of them are ending the same way, right? But let's go and see different ones. For example, Spain. Spain, pretty interesting, right? So what would it be the nationality for Spain? Would it be Spanian? Kind of different, right? Spanian? No, it doesn't even sound like English. So the right nationality for Spain is Spanish. Okay, so we say Spain, then the nationality is Spanish. Perfect. Let's go and see another one. Very interesting one. China. If we say China as a country, we say then Chinese as a nationality. So we have China, Chinese. The third one, Japan. Japan is the country. So what would it be the nationality? Japanan? Kind of difficult, right? It is not. Yeah, well, you're right. It even sounds like Chinese, so it is Japanese. Okay? So now we have three different ones, and the way we have to say their nationality are going to be even different. So let's take another look of each of them. The first one, Spain. Remember, at the first class I already said to you the way we have to pronounce S beginning in words, right? So we have to say Spanish, and we have to say Spain, okay? Not Spain, not Spanish, okay? So we have to say then Spain and Spanish. Perfect, very good. And what about the other one? We see China, and the nationality is then Chinese. Perfect, awesome. You're doing a very, very good job. And the third one is Japan. So the nationality is Japanese. Perfect. We had already seen 12 countries. Remember, there are 1,000 countries. So it is going to be pretty tricky to remember all of them. So what about three more? This one, France. France. We all know that, right? You can see the map. We can even see the different colors that its flag has, right? So what could it be? Then the nationality for France. Francine? And then in AN? Pretty different, right? So the nationality is French. So we say France, then the nationality gonna change to French. French. Perfect. The other one, England. England is people who speak English, and the nationality from England is English. Perfect, very good. And what about the third one? Different, right? You haven't seen this one. It's pretty tricky. Can you identify that one? Different, right? It is Greece. Greece. So, since we already know the country, which is Greece, what would it be the nationality? Grecian? No, it is gonna change totally. Totally gonna change to Greek. So Greek is the nationality for Greece. So let's take another look to each of one, because we have to take into consideration that later on we are going to start writing them, so you have to memorize even the way so we can. Don't focus on the different maps, and even on the flaps, because it doesn't matter. Remember that it has been given to you only for you to identify the difference. And remember, where are countries? In our right. And where are nationality? Then in our left, right? So that's the difference. So we have France, French. So we have England, we have English. So we have Greece, we have Greek. Okay? Greek. Perfect. So we have already seen how many of them? 15 of them. You're very right. You're paying a lot of attention. Awesome. And what do you think we are like 100 more? No way, right? Because we can stay here live for the rest of the day, and we are never gonna change. So what I want you to understand is pretty interesting. It is that most of the countries are related to their nationalities by adding AN at the end, like Panama, Panamanian, like Canada, Canadian. Okay, perfect. So let's review, okay, because before having a review here, can you add more countries? Can you add more nationalities different to the ones we had already seen here? Can you think about it? Think about it. We had already said. Did we say Mexico? Yes, we did, right? So what would it be, the nationality? Very good, Mexican. And what about if I say the pretty common one, United States of America. Think about it. It's different, right? You have to start thinking about it. If I'm from United States of America, what is my nationality? You're right. So I am then American. American, okay? So we can also call them like USA. Perfect. So let's review. In here is where we are going to start thinking about the different countries. Let's see. I'm gonna just mention the one that we didn't saw before, okay? So for example, I'm gonna say the first one. The first one says Nigeria. So the nationality is Nigerian. And what about the one on the bottom and your right is Germany. So Germany, the nationality is German. Perfect. And what about another one? Ireland. Ireland is different and make change to Irish. Irish. Perfect. Bolivia, Bolivian. Okay? And the rest of them we have already seen them. Perfect. So let's go and practice. Help me do this, okay? Here there are 6 nationalities and we have already like 12 or 14 different countries. Can you tell me the first one? Let's concentrate on the first picture right here, okay? This picture represents a nationality, and this nationality belongs to any of the countries we have in right or left. So you tell me the first one. What do you think about the first one? Is this China? Is this a nationality for Japan? Is this a nationality for Costa Rica? Perfect, it is. It is for Costa Rica. So what is the nationality? Very good, Costa Rican. What about the second one? The second one is Brazil. Perfect, awesome, very good job. So you just knew it is Brazil. So what is the nationality? Brazilian. Perfect. What about the third one? The third one, very easy. It is from Panama. So the nationality is Panamanian. Perfect. The fourth one. The fourth one, you can see the flag, you can remember it, right? Very good. It is Cuba. So the nationality is Cuban. Perfect. And the other one, this is really pretty one. It is, you're right, India. So the nationality is Indian. And what about the last one? Is this Japanese? No, this is not Japanese. Pay attention and look. You're right, it is China. So the nationality for China is Chinese. Awesome, congratulations, you're doing a very, very good job. Let's do this one. At home, I need you to help me. There are only 7 words here, and we have red crossword here. Let's try to find each of the nationality. We have to find the nationality for the countries, okay? So the first one, Mexico. Can you find Mexico nationality? What is Mexico nationality? Can you find it? Okay, take a look, take a look. Yes, right there. It is here. So it is Mexican. Perfect. What about Greece? Greece was a tricky one, right? Because it changed. Very good. It is right here, which is Greek. Perfect. What about Japan? Japanese. In Australia? Perfect. Australian. Peru? Peruvian. Argentina? Argentine. And Spanish is for Spain. And what about the last one? The last one is England. So, English. Perfect. This is something you can find, remember, on Instagram, so you can start working on that. Pretty good. Pretty easy. Remember, just find me on Instagram and then you can get all these practices. Okay, the last practice. Who's this? This is Lionel Messi. Where is Lionel Messi from? He is from Argentina, so he is Argentine. Perfect. What about the second one? I know you know this guy. Yes. Who's he? He is Barack Obama. And where is he from? He's from United States. So he is American. Perfect. What about the third one? Laurentino Cortizo, right? So, and where is he from? Perfect. He's from Panama. And if he's from Panama, what is his nationality? He's Panameña. Perfect. Very good. Very, very good. You are doing a pretty good job today. It is awesome to know it, okay? Okay, before practicing at home, I want you to help me do something different again, okay? Because I just want to make sure that today's class was really important and you did pay a lot of attention to it, okay? So, what we're going to do right away is just to play bingo. We are gonna have a kind of bingo here, okay? But I want you to start helping me to find the different nationalities we have for each of the countries are going to be shown. As we can see here, right, we have 15 nationalities. Doesn't matter, maybe we are not gonna do all of them, but we are going to try to find the right country, right? The right country. So it is going to be very important for you to pay attention to each of them, okay? So, as you can see, I have an extra one, which is Brazilian. I'm not pretty sure if you can remember or if you can think about it. This is Brazilian. Is this a country or nationality? This is in our left, right? So it is going to be an extra nationality. Let's try to find out later on what is the country for this nationality. Okay, what about the first one? If I say Panama, Panama is going to be the first one, right? We have here, where in the bingo chart we have the nationality, Panama. If we say Panama, the nationality is? Very good. Then we have Panameña. Very good. What about the second one that is going to be Russia? We have Russia. What is the nationality? Can you remember the nationality? Pretty good. Which is Russian? Can you find Russian? Oh, right at the top here, right? Perfect. And what about this one? India. It's pretty easy. India. If we say India, what is the nationality? Very good. Indian. So can you find Indian? Oh, right at the top here. Pretty good. And what about this one? Okay, we have France. France. If we have France, what is the nationality for France? Frenchian? No, this is not. Remember, it is one of the different ones. That's right, it is French. So you can see French around there. It is right here. Perfect. Very good. Remember, you have to complete all of them, right? So we have England, which is then English. Very good. So where is English? This is around here, just right here. Perfect. Very good. And what about Brazil? Brazil is right here. It is not, right? So Brazil is for the extra one. So let's place right here, because remember, we have countries to the right and we have nationalities to the left. So that is pretty important. What about this one? This one, Colombia. Do you remember the nationality for Colombia? This is very good. You're awesome. Great job. And what about Costa Rica? Costa Rica is perfect, Costa Rican. Okay, so what you have to do is just to try to find all of them. Okay, we have more like Cuba, which is Cuban, perfect. We have Argentina, which is also Argentina. So let's try to find that. Argentine. Perfect, which is right here. And the one for Cuba, this is there? Yes, that's right. Cuban right here. Mexico, Australia, Australian. Greece, Greek. Spain, Spanish. And China, Chinese. Perfect. And the last one, Japan is Japanese. So perfect. So let's try to put the last one right here. Okay? So, which is the most important thing right here is that you have to remember each of the countries and the nationality that they belong. So, it's pretty awesome. Now let's go and see the homework for this week. That is going to be something pretty easy to do right here, okay? So, what I want you to do at home is this. Pretty easy. What we have to do at home is just to start thinking, maybe discussing with your parents or any relative about different famous people and try to figure out where are they from and the nationality that they belong to. So, people, congratulations, you have done a very, very good job today. Thank you for watching Conéctate con la Estrella. Hope to see you next class. And remember, which is the most important, to find me on Instagram for the different practices and even for exercises. There are students that are sending me different materials, so congratulations. Hope to see you next class.